Hello, Wonderland. Greetings from Florida. It's not bad this morning. It's March, so the real heat has not really arrived, but the high today is almost 90. I'm not used to that anymore. But this morning it's still in the 60s, I think. Not too bad. Muggy, humid. Once I get in the sun, I'll be warm. But anyway, I've come again to Orlando Wetlands Park. Realized I was going to do some different parks on this trip, but my time outside of what I'm really here for is a little limited. So I thought I would come back to Orlando Wetlands Park because it is a real hotspot. Good, great place for birds and some scenics, hopefully. And maybe some macro this time of year. Check it out. It's packed though. Parking lot was almost full. And it's early on a Saturday morning. Well, that's probably why. But anyway. Okay. I'm hearing stuff. I'm heading towards the actual wetlands on the boardwalk. This is a nice boardwalk as well. Yeah, see what we can see. Bunch of coots. So, photographically, I think what I'm hoping for here, other than my usual whatever I can find, of course, I'd like to get some action shots. Birds in flight and taking off from the water and that sort of thing. I haven't really tried that too much with the R5 II and the pre-capture. I'm not trying to fill up my memory card, but yeah, we'll give that a try. I was just thinking I hadn't seen a gator here yet, which is unusual. There's one over there. If I can zoom in on him. Swimming up. Over there foraging is a juvenile little blue heron. It's one of the ones I kind of wanted to find. Let's see if I can zoom in at all on that. Yeah, the white bird. The juveniles are white and then they turn blue later. Oh, a glossy ibis just went over. Seeing some interesting stuff. I always do here. And you never know what you're going to find here, which is kind of nice. The sun behind me. Oh, that's a red-winged blackbird, I think. Okay, shoot some more stuff. Overlook hill. Nice view of the place. It is currently nesting and breeding season, so there's lots of birds flying around, delivering things to the nests. And I think there's some babies in the nest. I haven't seen any babies out and about. Would love to see a baby moorhen, common gallinule, as they're called these days. They look like little bald men with red heads. It's very cute. Okay, back to the trail. I just said that about babies, and then I found these guys. A pair of sandhill cranes with two little youngsters. Really hope I'm getting them in frame. It's hard to tell on this screen. Yeah, I saw them, well, last year's kids. Last time when I was here last spring. Get some shots of those guys. Down here, there's an alligator that is quite large. 8 or 9 feet. They get bigger, but that's pretty big. All right, I am on a leg heading back towards the boardwalk. I like to swing through the boardwalk one more time before I head out. And that'll be it for this park. But we're not done yet. Let's see if there's anything else here to shoot. Wrapping up here at Orlando Wetlands Park, heading to the car. It's getting hot, so I think my plan has been for my next stop to be a wildlife drive where I can have some air conditioning on the way. And we'll try to shoot some more birds in the face. Let's do that. All right, now we're on the Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive, which, as the name implies, is a wetland around a big lake. This path, trail, drive, whatever you want to call it, very good for gators. Usually good for raptors too. I've already seen some osprey. Got some shots of one hovering, preparing to dive, though he never did dive. Lots of common gallinules again, and the usual suspects, but I'm hoping there might be some purple gallinules out here. Maybe some teal ducks. And as always, whatever I can find. A lot of people apparently have this same plan this afternoon. There's usually not quite the stream of cars going along here that there is today. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I like to have places to myself. Okay. I need to get around this batch of people. We continue. There's a big gator sitting on the other side of the water there. Chunky fella. Did find some teal. Some more gators. A kingfisher. I love those. Not too shabby. I think we're coming up to a spot where there's always a lot of gators. That should be fun. And more osprey, I see. Okay, stay tuned. So this little pond I'm next to here, if I can get a shot of that, that is usually so thick with gators, I feel like you could almost walk across it. Take a look over there. today, I guess they're all out and about roaming, but a friendly gentleman did point out some babies to me that I would have missed. A few different sizes, so from different clutches, maybe different mothers, but some of them must have been freshly hatched. They were tiny. Hopefully I got some good shots of those. I'm shooting today pretty much exclusively with the R5 Mark II and the 200 to 800 millimeter. I've popped on the 24 to 105 and the 85 for some scenics and macro respectively, but otherwise it's been 200 to 800 all day, which is serving me well. It's sunny conditions obviously, so plenty of light. And the birds out here relatively used to people for the most part, so they don't tend to shy too much away, but still, if they're in the distance, that 800 is good for a little extra reach. The gators are definitely not shy. Okay, I want to say I'm about halfway through the drive, and I feel like the second half is not quite as interesting, but it's one way in and one way out, so we'll see how it goes. It's just a line of cars creeping. It's busiest I've seen it, I think, which is not ideal, but at least there's people around to point out things that I would have missed otherwise. Okay, on we go. Just spotted, I'm quite pretty sure, a northern harrier or two out hunting in this area. So yeah, saw that harrier. Got some shots. Heat haze is definitely a thing today, and it wasn't as close as I might have liked, so we'll see how sharp they are. But then it went to ground, which probably means it found a snack. Hang out down there and munch on it. But I didn't want to wait too long. I've gotten enough sun already on this trip, and I'm going to get more. So heading towards the exit of the Wildlife Drive here. Still in the conga line of cars. If anything else pops up though on the way out, I'll be sure to shoot it in the face. Pretty good day so far. Some exciting stuff. Florida does not disappoint in that respect. All right, onward. Okay, on the home stretch here of the Wildlife Drive, and I think that's going to be the end of this Florida wildlife excursion. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. It was fun for me. I like getting down here. I get to come back every few months, usually, a few times a year anyway. And when I do like to revisit my old friends, the Florida birds and critters. And today was pretty decent. A little warm, not terrible. Gets a lot worse, that's for sure. That's why I left. Okay, so until next time, and there will be more from this trip. I think tomorrow I'll make another video on a different subject, different theme, literally. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, until next time, be good to yourself. Take care of each other. Don't forget to be awesome. Get out and wander.